Should we tell our bungees a couple things, guys?
Yes.
Gang, here's what's up. One, I FaceTimed Alyssa yesterday, and we laughed for like the first, like 75 seconds. Like we're unhinged. There's no like, and I knew exact, and you knew exact, and it was just like we were like Feyre and Rhysand, okay? Just mind to mind. All right.
We didn't need to say anything. We were just cracking up for minutes, and it was freaking phenomenal.
It's fantastic.
We've had a week, baby. You have a weekend.
Yeah.
A lot's going on. We had a big old full moon yesterday, a super full moon, which we are feeling all the feels, so we may be crying.
How are you feeling? Yeah, we're definitely gonna cry, guys. I'm sorry. Guys, gals. She's, theys, all of it. Everybody, whoever's listening.
I love it. I love it.
Ellis has a cold. So she's going in and out of consciousness.
Yes, I have had the vid, guys, so I'm not going to say the full word because YouTube doesn't love that. But I was very, very, very ill.
YouTube is such a picky bitch, by the way. Like, no death, no vid, no nut.
She's choosy. She goes, I'm going to do what I want to do. So I say, okay, I'll play by your rules, baby.
She's like the house.
I know, which I love. I'm so excited. We have so much to freaking talk about.
Well, oh wait, before we dive in, can I show our bunchies what I got for to replace Gladys? But I messed up because it's a ghost.
Oh.
And you give her a little book, okay? And she's got a Santa hat. But when I tried to put her up, there's a little bit of tape on her butt because I couldn't get her to stay. And when I do.
Does she turn on?
No, she doesn't.
Does she get turned on?
I wish. What a missed opportunity. She'll probably yeet herself off the bench in about 45 minutes. So just head on a swivel, everybody. And by everybody, I mean Eloise. It's right there.
Welcome, everybody, to A Novel Bunch, your modern-day book club. If you're new to the channel, please like, subscribe, comment, all that fun YouTube stuff. And if you're listening on a platform like iTunes or Audible and you are loving the vibes, please feel free to leave us a review. It really allows us to connect with our fellow book-loving community. Now, today, we are going to be covering chapters 10 through 18 of A Court of Silver Flames. And... You called it.
She said, nope, bye.
She was over it, Molly. Over it before we even began.
Have her, let me introduce her to some of my ex-boyfriends, okay? They last about the same length.
I think she was pissed that we stopped at chapter 18 because, I mean.
Can I ask you a question? How do we, okay, one, my notes are so much smaller this time because we're not trying to inhale, the Iliad. This time.
Yeah.
But two, how do we always accidentally manage to cut off at the worst time?
I mean, you did that in A Court of Mist and Fury with chapter 54. We stopped at 53.
Like, Molly.
And then I'm the one who cut these down because I was just kind of like mathing it out, Mm-hmm. I guess don't leave me in charge of that kind of stuff when it comes to numbers.
Who's to say?
P.S. I love your top. It's so cute. Red is your color, baby. You're feeling these vibes.
I'm feeling the spicy red, and I'm feeling the holidays. Even though tomorrow, guys, fun fact, brother's birthday. Can't wait. Super excited. Also, day mom died. Little tricky, little heavy. That's okay. We can hold two things at once.
Now, are you guys gonna do anything together, or are you doing stuff separately?
I have some stuff for Will. I'm so excited. But sometimes he. It's just a hard day. Sometimes he likes to do his thing. He really just doesn't like to, so it's like, so we'll see. TBD.
Yeah, see how it feels.
A lot of good football tomorrow. A lot of good football games.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
We can vibe with that. Yeah. Well, your bunchies love you.
Oh, thank you. Also, can I just say, all of the Spotify Wrapped we got tagged in.
So freaking sweet. Like, so obsessed. Okay, so it's so funny. We posted a video today about basically when you're in your 30s and your best friend begs you to read a book called ACOTAR, that it's very important that you listen. And your comments have been making us like literally sob, and I have to read one because I'm like, you know what? We're in our emo phase right now. We're like emo Azzy, and this one was the sweetest.
Where are you?
In my emo Azzy era, that's where.
Yes, bitch.
All right. It says the best.
You got this, babes. You got it. We're all here watching.
The best decision ever. This series feels so significant because it reignited my love of reading. Reliving the magic of these books with you both has felt like reading it for the first time again. Seeing you laugh and cry over a series that we all love so much has been so special and fun. Don't mind my little book.
What's that, babes? What's that? I'm feeling a lot of things right now.
This was so sweet. I was going to cry, and I was like, oh, I forgot to take it off of my stand.
You guys
I watched my verticals on this.
She can watch her verticals, her romance verticals on it, and I love it. I low-key want to be in one. I low-key want to be in one, you know?
I hope you are in one.
Well,
I need that. I just watched a great one yesterday called Bound by Honor on Real Shorts. Neither here nor there, but Bunchies, we love you guys so much. You mean so much to us.
Yeah, and I hope you know we read what you say, and it means a lot. Like I really feel like we have a little community, and I got so emotional with the video that was on our novel bunch of like when in your 30s your bestie tells you to read this book and support you do, and then all of the little clips of you just being fucking obsessed with this series, and it just cannot. Oh my god!
It is a canon event. It changed my life. You changed my life. Huh?
I know it did.
And I will tell. Guys, I can't speak. I still have the vid, FYI. So
you're still 100% positive.
Oh yeah,
we should not be doing this right now.
We just had really busy schedules, or you did, and I knew that I wouldn't have time to edit next Monday if we did it the day before. So here we are. Anything are for our bunchies. We love you. Everything's fine. Let's get into it. I'm going to have you bop us off. And you know why?
Let's do it.
Because I haven't even seen the notes yet.
Say less, God bless. Say a prayer for Alyssa, everybody. Chapter 10, let's get into it. Nesta is finally eating, okay? Big day. And she's talking to the house. Interesting. And then Daddy Cassian walks in, and she explains that the house listens to her, and she talks to it, and he knows it's enchanted, but, like, interesting that he's not, like, there's this very cute, I was telling you, I think in the last episode, that the Gwen and the house are my two favorite new characters.
I
love the house.
I love Gwenny, but I love the house.
Yes.
Like, so sassy, just does, like, she's just masterminding everything for Nesta baby, and
she
I love it.
loves a romance novel, a smutty one. I was like house or whatever you'd call it. I don't know.
Yeah. No, it's amazing, and I love too that Cassian didn't really know. Reese, is this true? God bless. God bless. Anyways, tell us more.
Okay, I said there's sexual tension, and we're starting to see this, right? Because, like, Feyre and Tamlin had a real, like, enemies to lovers of, like, I don't even want to be here, blah, 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 and it was, like, a very sweet tender. And then Rhysand also was, like, a very savior, white knight, like, we can banter a little bit, like, I'll be cheeky with you, but, like, still there's a tenderness. Nesta and Cassian are dark and dirty, and they both want to fuck, and they both know it, and I am living for it. It's why I'm wearing red lace. Okay. I said Nesta's nightmaring again, of course, and decides to attempt the 10,000 steps because girly pop wants to go get slam-dogged. Relatable.
Yeah.
She starts climbing down, she eats shit, and power comes out like her
silver,
sears into the, like, brick staircase or whatever. She forces her power back down because she doesn't want to acknowledge it. I said, I'm sorry, I can't relate. If I had powers, I'd be all fucking over that.
Yeah, I'd be like, what does this do? Let me try this. Cassian would be like, Molly, no.
Oh, please. Cassian is like, Molly, no.
Please, Molly.
Watch me do this. I would be a menace with power, so I can't relate to this. There's obviously deep trauma. If you had powers, you'd be messing around too, no?
Hell yeah. Come on. Dude, when I was a kid, I used to jump off of the stressor I had, and I had fairy dust from the Disney store, and and I tried over and over and over. It never worked. But I really tried.
I know, girl. You even dated Peter Pan. It still didn't work.
Anyway, continue, please. Okay.
Cassian and Nesta are training again. He once again asks her to at least train so she can, like, explain. Her face is all fucked up, right, from the fall. He's like, at least train so you can, like, say, like, I got this training. She refuses to do it. She will not do it. And then he says something he's never said to her before. He says, please. She wants to get up, but she can't. She just doesn't. And his head drops. And this is what she says to herself. She says, she deserved his disappointment, deserved his resentment and his disgust, even if it carved something vital for her. Tomorrow then, Cassian says, and doesn't talk to her for the rest of the day. And I said, girl, if you don't get with that hot daddy, right?
Oh, God, it's bad. I need her to, like, get her act together a little bit. What are we doing?
It's very, this level of self-hatred is very interesting to me. Because most people self-deprecate, and they, like, alcoholism, drug addiction, all of those things are to hurt yourself because you hate yourself.
Right.
But then to spit it back out at other people, that's a separate type of anger and hate. And it's so deep in her that I'm constantly trying to figure out her psychological profile.
I mean, she truly is trying to drag everyone onto the I hate Nesta train. She doesn't want anyone to like her. She's like, you're all going to hate me as much as I hate myself. And that's just, ugh.
It's the epitome, it's the epitome of fearing intimacy. Is if everybody hates you. It's like my therapist told me I would date men that I knew there wasn't a future with. Because I knew that it would never work out with them, and I would never get hurt the way I got hurt when my mom died. And even though it's not, they're unrelated and very related. And I subconsciously was picking men that there was no future with, so that I would never have to feel that. And but I did that with the men I dated. I still was loving to my girlfriends. I've never. It's tougher to conceptualize making everybody hate you because it's easier that way. In Nesta's defense, like, her sister's story, she, like, kind of got thrown into her sister's story. And Elaine, who we slowly are learning, Mom was like, Elaine's kind of dumb and pretty, right? Like, Elaine just, like, is, like, for the first couple months is like, oh, this is awful, Grayson and all stuff. But now she's hopped in, she's filled out, her color's back, she's excited to be here, and, like, she doesn't feel competition with Feyre and this family. She just enjoyed, now she wants to fuck Azriel, and, you know, we know why. But Nesta kind of got thrown into this, like, love family, and she doesn't want to feel love and happiness because she doesn't think she deserves it. So I see why she doesn't want anything to do with them, although it is a little annoying.
Now, speaking of Elaine, too, do you really think that Sarah J. Maas is going to make all three sisters with the Bat Boys? I don't see her putting all of them. I just don't see it. I haven't read this. I don't know where it's going, but I just feel
we don't
like...
know who Elaine. We don't. That doesn't get fixed in the book.
Okay.
On the contrary, I could see Azriel with somebody else. So
I don't know who. You might, but I don't know yet. Nothing.
Muriel.
Clotho.
Yes. Azriel, Daddy Azriel, and Mommy Clotho.
The house.
The house. Azriel's like, you know what? Actually, let me not. Molly, reel it in.
Give me one.
Don't worry, it's early. All right, chapter 11. The house. Azriel's Bay. The house forces her to eat with Cassian and Azriel, which I love.
Yes.
They discuss Vasa, and all Nesta can really think about is how highly Vasa spoke about her father. Mm-hmm. Like, he found a better daughter. So we're starting to learn... The
Prince of Merchants.
Yes. We're starting to learn that, like, it is complicated between her and her dad, okay? Yeah. And I get, like, as epic as it was that he showed up at the end, sailing the Nesta, it's like, okay, but where the fuck was all of this growing up when you absolutely tapped out for all of us? And then she tapped out and made her littlest sister go... It's very messy.
Very messy.
So I understand her anger there. But Azriel, who doesn't give a shit, asks why she's not training, and they kind of get into it. And she calls Rhysand an asshole. She doesn't like him. I know. And then that sets Cassian off because Cassian, Azriel, and Rhysand have like their blood. They've been like it's like if somebody was talking shit about you, that's it. They're done. I'm not. Done. I don't need to be here. And Cassian says he's done. He goes, "You want everybody to hate you? Congrats, you've done it." And then Cassian goes, he's brooding on his hill. Feyre appears. Obviously, Bonnet, Reese's Pieces, Reese's Pee-Pee, has been doing some little spying, and he said that Cassian's thinking loudly.
Oh, Cassian, why are you thinking so loudly, boy? Daddy Cass. Lower those thoughts.
I know. We haven't seen Feyre in a while, too. So, like, she's back in. It was interesting because you're like, she's a little annoying right now.
Yeah, and I know it's just because it's not from her POV, but I was like, did I ever feel this way about her before? Like, she always had little things where I'm like, relax, Feyre, baby. You know, like, chill out. But she's just a little annoying right now.
Well, we're seeing her through Nesta's eyes, right?
Exactly.
Like, and every time it's Cassian's POV, like he's like, don't talk about my high lady like that, I love her. But when Nesta talks about her, she's like, and we're feeling that a little bit.
Yeah.
I know, of course, we're feeling that a little bit. So, but I love that Feyre went over there. She said, listen, Cass, it's been this way since the beginning with her and Nesta, that their mother basically ignored Feyre, which, another point for the that's not a real mom tree.
Yep.
Thought of Elaine as a doll, but Nesta was hers, she said. But as they're talking, Cassian has an idea. He tries to kiss Feyre's cheek. Weird. Always weird. Always weird how touchy-feely they all are. But Rhysand's got a big ol' impenetrable shield around her, which is interesting. Like, he says that, what is he saying? Helion is, like, trying something. And
he's trying out a new shield, and especially, like, with the queens out there, he is okay with it being on. But this is, like, a very intense shield.
And like, it's not like Rhysand to be
protective, like so maybe he knows a little bit more of kind of what's lurking out there.
Gosh, I have no idea. So then Cassian decides. Cassian has an idea.
Wait, is she pregnant?
Oh, I have no idea. What could it be?
Oh my god. I didn't think of that until just now.
Anyway,
I have to read. Bye. Oh, she's so pregnant. She's so pregnant with the bone carver, baby. Well, the image of the bone carver.
Listen, all we know, you little fucking sleuth, is that there's a shield and it's Helion's. Daddy Helion.
I not think of that until now.
It's my fault for emphasizing it. I should have just brushed past it. Chapter 12. He takes her to the top of the House of Wind instead of Windhaven.
Yes.
Do you have any other thoughts, any hypotheses here? Or do you want me to push past?
Push through. Push past.
So we're no longer going to Windhaven. We're gonna go to the top of the house, and he realizes that Nesta's a proud bitch. Kane probably doesn't look stupid in front of all these soldiers who are already calling her a witch. They're already like, Illyrian men are pieces of shit.
They
like
suck, but she's always like, yeah, I am a witch. I love that. But maybe she is. Maybe they are. The sisters could be. The mom could be. I don't know. Proceed.
Any and all things are possible with Sarah J. Maas. You absolutely never idea. But he says, in exchange for a Fae bargain, he'll do whatever she wants. And in exchange, she has to do 1 hour of training. After an hour of like little stretches and movements, because she's never moved her body before, and it's actually quite hard. And then she does an hour of breath work. She starts to talk to him, asking if he likes to fly, why Emery's wings are cut. She reveals that breathing helps her head not be so loud. I mean, we're seeing in real time why I work out obsessively.
Yeah. No, it's for your mental health. Yeah.
Why you get up early and run. Because up here doesn't work very well.
No, nope.
Doesn't work very well. Or it works a little too well. And we gotta try and like
just quiet her down a little bit, you know?
I'm sure YouTube will love that.
I feel my cough's coming.
I know, I'm sorry. I'll keep it pushing. Okay, they're talking, and then she says she's gonna go off to shower. Cassian blurts out that he didn't mean what he said, and that they don't hate her, and that he doesn't hate her. And he says, I have never hated you. And she says, I have never hated you, Cassian, and says his name and walks off. Talk about playing the game. How do I learn from this bitch? You try and teach me and I fail miserably. I'm the worst at the game.
I try and teach you, but I just know 30 minutes later you're gonna text me and go, so is it the opposite?
What did I send you? It was something of like me when I step into my power because I've waited 14 seconds to text them back. I'm like, yeah. And you're like,
I think you said like 4 minutes. Like, you're really proven to yourself. I got this.
Guys.
A full 4 minutes. I'm like, baby, we gotta do like 4 days.
It's 4 days.
Yeah.
And you know what? I'd probably have better luck if I did that, but I can't do it because I'm a
Lover girl.
lover
You're a
girl.
That's
I'm
what
a
you
lover.
are.
I did a widow lover girl. Okay,
A
chapter
widow
13. Nesta's doing her usual putting the books back sitch. Gwen appears, and I said, what I love about Gwen is she doesn't care that Nesta's a cunt. Doesn't care.
Yes.
Doesn't care. So Nesta could be a jerk all she wants. Gwen doesn't give a shit. We learned that the library girlies never leave the library or their dorms, so they all live down there and go from services to the library to their dorms. To the
Right.
They have services at dawn, at dusk, holy days. A lot of service going on.
Yeah.
But not the one we want. Gwen can't find a certain book, and she's gonna get her ass chewed out, apparently, by Meryl, who is the crazy bitch that she works for.
Yep.
Clotho's right hand, okay? But as she leaves, Nesta asks the house to find it for her, which is the first selfless thing I've heard Nesta do. The house does immediately. Nesta takes it to Meryl, who is apparently hotter than Moore. Okay?
I was like, oh.
So they're just getting hot. Like, whatever. Okay.
Don't let Cassian meet her.
Yeah, truly. How are you going to cast these women of like everyone is hotter than the net? Like once you get Margot Robbie and Megan Fox and like Lupita Nyong'o, how are you going to get hotter? You're not.
I know. You know who a lot of people say for Feyre? Do you know who Barbara Palvin is? She's married to one of the brothers, the twin brothers from Zach and Cody, The Sweet Life.
Oh, yes.
What are those little twins' names?
What are
The Sprouse twins.
Sprouse, yes.
So
Sprouse.
one of them's married to the smoke show model, like, and she is so cute. They're like little anime lovers, and it's so sweet. I feel like she's probably like a book talk girly. Yeah, and that's who I see, right?
That's
like
100%. That's fair. When
I'm
it's
like-
not me. When I'm reading, it's me. But when I'm,
when you're watching,
I'm way too old to be Feyre now. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go out for Feyre, and then 10 years, and they still haven't made it. Whatevsies.
I hope they do.
I hope they do too, but this is. God,
I know.
I don't know. Also,
We'll see.
Netflix just acquired just eating up all the
HBO
networks.
Max and Warner
WB
Brothers.
Studios.
Yeah,
So basically,
yeah.
Netflix is going to be cable soon. It'll
Yes.
just be cable,
Yes.
but on a Netflix streaming app, which that level of domination is incredibly impressive. I can't even be mad. Even though it's going to ruin my
crazy.
industry, I can't even be mad.
Rest in peace, movie theaters. You know,
Right,
like
theaters, I know. What was that picture of Scorsese that's like, theater's dead?
so bad.
It's terrible. It's awful. It's my livelihood. Okay, so
Health
Nesta-
insurance.
Health insurance. Nesta goes to Meryl, switches the books, like, very sneakily, low-key dogging Meryl in the process, which is great. This is where Nesta really comes in handy, when somebody's being a bitch and she can spit it back. I love it.
Yeah.
And when she leaves, she smiles. She's cracking open a little bit. Just a touch. Nothing crazy.
She's like, look at you. I'm so proud of you.
Just a
Proud of you, baby.
Then we learn about my favorite part of all the books except for Nefel. Nefel is the other thing I love so much. But we start learning about the Valkyries. The baddest crew of bitches. And we learn there's 3 levels. There's Novice, Blade, and then Valkyrie. But they're almost completely extinct. Most of them were killed off in the war from 500 years ago. And then the others that let their sisters die, they feel like they let their sisters die. They felt such shame that they just kind of died out. So they're a lost species, so to speak.
Well, what's really interesting when I was reading this, it brought me back to when you asked me last episode, you go, well, what do you think novice means? Because part 1 is novice. And I was like, oh, I think because Nesta's just learning and honing her powers. But now I'm like, no, this baby girl is going to put together their own baddie army of women and she's going to go from novice to blade to, I call it Valkyrie. I don't know why I say it like that. So if that's
Valkyrie?
what comes out.
Valkyrie, what did I say, Valkyrie? I don't know.
Yeah, but it's probably that. I never correct. I will have to listen to the audiobook on this one. I'll report back.
Okay.
But that's what I think's going to happen. And I'm like, fucking go, bro.
The coolest thing to me, and we see it at the end of the final chapter we read, where she's asking Cassian about, like, can I invite, you know, the like library bitches to come train with me, because this is helping me, maybe it'll help them.
Yeah.
Her accidental selflessness of wanting to help other women, like when somebody goes through a long trial and tribulation of like alcoholism, addiction, and then they become some of the best people to help others get through it. It's because helping others helps you.
That part.
Then we go to chapter 14. Cassian is now wondering if the house is sentient. Starts thinking about all the things he's been doing in the house. I don't know.
He was like in my bedroom, in the bathroom.
Bitch, if my house were sentient, at least then my house could tell me why my dog keeps shitting in my closet after Cassian and his dog come over.
Because she is marking her territory. I promise you. That
I need to
other
check
little
the tape.
check the tape. Roll the tapes.
Okay, so Nesta and Cassian, they're stretching, and then she brings up her mom. Interesting. All we get is that her mom was worse than her, she says, and that she is her mother's creature. Very interesting. And then she tries to, like, switch lanes and asks about the priestesses of Sangrava. What happened to them 2 years ago? Cassian freezes. He's obviously very upset about that. For Cassian's like the daddy of battered women and like hurt women, like big daddy of like. I love it. Now,
can I ask you a quick question before you get into this? Because when they were talking about this, didn't we see this in? I want to say it was the beginning of A Court of Mist and Fury when Feyre first went to the Night Court and Rhysand was like, oh yeah, the priestesses, something came and happened and they were looking for the piece of the cauldron. But I think this happened in the very, very beginning and they were explaining it.
I think you're right. I think it's the same thing.
Because I was like, wait a minute, is that?
Yeah, I think so. Because when they were trying to take the piece of the cauldron foot and then went in there and slaughtered all of these women or pillaged, raped them, like all kinds of terrible things. So that, you know, this little leg powers the priestesses and has for millennia. And when Hybern finds out about that, obviously sent their deadliest warriors to go, you know, do some really awful things. And we remember this is where Gwen comes from.
Yes.
So Gwenny baby's been through it. Then we see Cassian and Eris and Rhysand in the Spring Court. I guess Cassian has allergies.
Oh, he hated it. He was so itchy.
He's a sneezy boy.
He goes,
It's a little sneezy boy.
I don't like it. I don't like this. I mean, I'm laughing, but I have the worst allergies.
I know. LOL. LOL. Mine haven't been good either.
But that was such a cute, humanizing moment to show that Cassian had allergies.
Yeah, it was
just so darling. I loved it.
She's so great at making these characters because she. Oh, sorry. I smell like that. She sets them up as like it's the most attractive thing I've ever seen. The hottest woman, the hottest man, so beautiful. Blah, 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 blah. And they're up here, and you're like, "There's no way." And then she slowly starts
humanizing them, but showing which is even more attractive because
which makes him hotter.
Yeah, he's getting a kick out of this little Reese's Pieces. He's cracking up at him.
I know,
and I just loved it. It was just such
I love it so much. I love it so much. But obviously, Eris is not the best, right? He says that they need to kill the human queens now, and I'm like, sure, yeah, we'll get right on that. And then we learn Tam Tam's been prowling the lands in his beast form like a fucking drama queen.
Tam, you know, I was a little PO'd for a minute because I thought they were on their way to go see Tamlin. I was like, ooh, we're gonna get a little story. And now I just come to find
He's gone.
He's just being a beast, crawling around.
And I love Eris is like, they say the beast roams. I mean, it's Beauty and the Beast. He's up in his castle in the library with a rose, petals falling off.
Oh.
No, not really. He'll be fine. Stop it.
I know. Okay.
He locked her in her house. All of Rhysand's people want to kill him for what he did to her.
I know.
It's okay. I know. We love a bad boy. We love a baddie. So he says, you got to kill the drama queens, and that Azriel needs to find out ASAP what Briallen is up to, whether or not Koschki,
Good luck.
Chef Boyardee is involved, and how to stop it. He also says,
Can we start calling this death god Chef Boyardee?
we can if you want to officially ruin every character that we've ever been introduced
It's no
to.
longer Koshi. It's now Chef Boyardee.
Chef Boyardee. Love it. Love it. When I was a kid, my Nina would make the SpaghettiOs with the meatballs in them. And Christmas Eve, my parents would go out on a date. Will and I would be at her house. And I would, suck all the tomato sauce off and put them in save them for the end. And just scoop a spoonful of whatever the fuck those were. Anyway, he says he's rebelling against his father for the same reason he left Morrigan untouched at the border.
Could be a big hint there. We think it's for other reasons, but there might be...
I know you think there's something funky going on there. Mm-hmm. I don't hate that theory as well, but I think it's very interesting that he said that, because as far as we're understood...
Dude, I'm still, too, on the Eris train. I'm curious what Morgan's estate was. I'm curious what that creature... Or remember there was smoke, and then I'm like, well, was that Azriel who was there looking at her, keeping an eye on her? Remember in A Court of Frost and Starlight, she was at her old estate from 300 years ago? Oh, and there was some, it seemed like dark creature that was coming toward her, but then I'm like, wait, was that the shadows? Was that Azriel? What's going on? Does Eris know about this place? I feel like Cassian knows more secret, but maybe Azriel doesn't. Maybe he does. I don't know. So many questions.
Interesting. I love all of that. I truly have no idea.
Yeah.
And I checked out for most of Frost and Starlight, so I
You're like, what happened?
I was like, this isn't good. When was this?
What book?
Sorry, guys, I phoned that one in. You know it, though. You know I did. Okay, then Eris leaves, and once again, Rhysand is very distant.
Yeah.
Acting very weird. Something on his mind. And then we're back with Nesta. The noises are in her brain growing louder. She attempts the stairs again, makes it to 150. And how many stairs are there?
10,000?
Okay, we got a ways to go. But grows exhausted, heads back. Here's my thought. Whenever she goes down the stairs, she's got to go up them all again, which is harder. Going down is way different than
going down's way easier. I feel like 10,000 down I could do.
10,000 down I think I could do. 10,000 up? But she grows exhausted. She heads back up, back to her room where the house has left a plate of warm food and a smutty book, and starts drawing a bath. And as Nesta gets in, she says to the house that she thinks it might be her only friend. And then the house makes a giant slice of chocolate cake appear. Nesta finds herself on the 7th level of the library. This was very interesting. True darkness. She's looking down, but without our little basement daddy. And it's calling to her, which is bizarre.
Weird. Yeah.
And then Gwen is there, and there's no judging, just watching, just asking what she saw, telling her that some of the others feel the darkness, follow them back to the rooms. And Nesta realizes that she hasn't seen or felt darkness like this since the cauldrons. She was inside the cauldron.
Crazy. Don't love that.
Hate it. And then Gwen's like, we should go, because her siphon starts lighting up, and she protects them, and they're moving up, and it's called an invoking stone, which is like the Illyrian siphons, except they can only heal and protect, so they can't hurt others. And then Gwen and Nesta just kind of bond for a second. Very judgment-free. She asks of Nesta's story, and Nesta realizes she doesn't really know about what a horrible, wretched waste she'd become. So I think Nesta thinks, this girl doesn't know anything about me, and maybe I can be my, maybe she doesn't
myself. Yeah. Well, you know what I found interesting, too, with the blue stone? When whatever was creeping behind them, Gwen took it out of her pocket, and she held it in her hand, and it was kind of guiding them forward to protect them. But Nesta asked her, she's like, well, most of the priestesses wear them on their heads. She goes, why don't you? And she's like, because I don't deserve to. And I was like, what happened that you think and feel that way? But then it brought me back to Ianthe, because remember, she used to always wear that frickin' stone. And I don't know why. Maybe they never explained it, or maybe they did and it went over my head. But I never realized that it was for protection. So I don't know. It was just like a kind of like a, huh.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
I just...
It's a very interesting one, because now Nesta's like, because Gwen, it's so funny, in your head you hear her go, I don't deserve to, and walk off, right?
Yeah.
And in my head I hear, I don't deserve to, and walk off.
Huh.
Isn't that interesting?
Huh. We just take different things and we absorb them differently, right?
I know. And it's like, I look at Gwen as somebody that thinks she's not worthy of love either. And Nesta, not like, woe is me, I don't deserve it. Of like, no, I don't put it on my head 'cause I don't get to.
See, I don't know why with Gwen, and maybe I don't know enough yet, but the way she was acting with Meryl, and she's like, oh gosh, I'm going to get another yelling at, and she was just so nervous about it, and she didn't want to F up again. I just felt like the way her energy was just a little down on herself, doesn't really have a ton of self-esteem right now. That's why I'm taking it that way.
Yeah, totally.
But I don't know. You also read like the whole book though. So
well, I also think, sorry, I just took a little, I keep yawning, so I took a little neurotropic gummy that's supposed to help me wake up a little bit.
Dude, you always, I can't tell you the amount of, yeah, I'm like, what's she eating? Oh, a Starburst I found.
Usually it's like a little, it's got, what does it have? Ashwagandha and like a little bit of caffeine in it.
Okay.
Doesn't taste great. It's not the yummiest.
Let's see if it works.
We'll find out. TBD. But also these bitches have been down there, some of them for like 80 years.
Yeah.
And we also learned that you're not allowed to ask any of the girls' story. They don't gossip. There's no tea to be spilled. It's like, if they tell you, great. If not, but if you and I were down there, we'd like, do you want to know about Ribbon? We'll tell you here.
Like, who wants to hear my story?
Hear me there, yes. So, the house would be very pissed. No, the house would love us too, because we like dirty shit. Okay. She said she doesn't deserve to, and I said, oh, our two little self-hating baby girls. And then I said, gosh damn it. I love when women learn how to love themselves, because they see how much their friends love them, and they learn to believe it's true and okay.
That part, that's why having girlhood and a circle or tribe of friends, whether that's one friend, maybe it's 3, maybe you have 20, I don't know. Just having people who believe in you and support you, that just says so much.
Correct. So Nesta's back with Cassian, and she's thinking like how many curtsies she's done under her mother's sharp eye, and I go, oh, so we had like a stage mom a little bit, maybe in the house. And then we finally kind of learn about Cassian, how he was born to an unmarried mom. We learned some of this already, but how his dad had forced himself on her and then went back to his wife and kids, no consequences. And Nesta thinks of Thomas. You remember Thomas, the guy who it would appear as though he forced himself on her as well. And that he had no consequences. We learned Cassian was taken from his mom at 3 years old and that she was killed. He says a story for another time, but through it all, the training has centered him and grounded him. And I said, that's super relatable. And so they're slowly starting to bond a little bit, which is...
I'm like, finally!
I know. I love it.
Well, because now she's not just being so closed off. She's actually giving something, not like just jumping for joy, but she's like, okay,
yeah,
let's talk, whatever.
Yeah. I said I love that the house keeps sending her romance novels, and that our little doting house is forcing her to go kick it with Daddy Cassian. So like, he obviously probably had a vulnerability hangover after telling her all that stuff when they were doing their stretches and workouts and stuff.
Right.
And so when she comes back to her room, she's like, I'm fucking hungry. I need some food. And the house opens the door, and she's like, no, I'm done. I've had enough of him today. And it opens it wider. And she's like, I'm not going. It opens it wider. He's like, ugh. Like, hey, this is not just, it's not always about you. He might need you too right now, you selfish bitch. But she goes.
Okay.
She goes, which we'll take. We learn of Lanthus, the shadow daddy of the bog.
Yeah.
That's what I wrote. I guess the bog are like all of his evil kids. that he sired, and that Cassian trapped him. So Nesta's asking him about all the monsters that he's trapped in the prison, and because she explains about how, you know, when she looked down at the basement, it scared her, and there was a darkness, and it was calling. She wouldn't tell him a lot, but he's like,
but he seemed really intrigued.
Very.
Almost like he knows a little something else as well. Also, he's terrified of Briaxis, who's no longer there, but who knows? There could be a little piece of him there.
Or what did Braxton make this man see? Braxis. Like, my God. So he also says, you know, after we find out how he tricked Lanthus into getting stuck in the prison, he goes, not just a brute. And Nesta's starting to feel a little remorseful that she called him dumb all the time.
Well, because didn't he trap it in the mirror? Yeah.
Smart.
Yeah. Oh,
You can't run a fucking army successfully and be a dum-dum. But then they're like, now they're really starting to get into it, and they're getting under each other's skin, and it looks like they're going to fight, but Cassian fights back calmly, which I love. And he tells her that he doesn't judge her, and that he wants to know all of it, and he wants to know what happened with Amryn, and why her fire burns cold and not hot, and she just can't. She can't do it. And then I said, OMFG, page 182.
Ooh, read it to me, sister.
What did I look at here? Page 182.
Oh, I know what this is.
He'd done it on purpose, riled her up like this, to get her to show her hand. Nesta's fingers curled into claws at her side. She took a step forward towards him. Cassian held his ground. So she took another step, until they were close enough that a heaving breath would have had their chest brushing his. Until she was baring her teeth. At his still smirking face, Cassian surveyed her, gazed into her eyes, and breathed beautiful. He didn't halt the hand she laid on his muscled chest, or when she pushed against that chest, backing him into the wall, his wings splayed on impact. He just stared and stared at her, marveling. Hungry, Nesta couldn't move as Cassian leaned in to whisper in her ear, the first time I saw that look on your face, you were still human, and I nearly went to my knees before you.
That brings me back to A Court of Mist and Fury when Reese's Pieces says to Feyre, do you like seeing me kneel before you? Remember when I said, okay, get these men on their knees, baby.
Guys.
The Archie and sisters.
First of all, these bitches, the power of that pussy, okay? Because fuck. Then he says, your power is a song, and one I've waited a very, very long time to hear, Nesta. And as he leaves, he looks at her and he goes, I'm always thinking about that look on your face.
Oh my God, okay.
And now she's thinking about it, and she's in bed, and she tells the house to go away for a little bit so she can do some stuff.
What page is that for the people if they're,
Well, if that was 182, yeah, it was pretty hot. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It was pretty intense.
Because they were both doing it at the same time. I'm like, just get together, y'all.
I know. But they can't. Yeah, it's on page 184, gang. Okay.
Little spicy spice.
Chapter 16, typical male-female disconnect. Cassian's got to run out because he doesn't want her to see his boner. And she thinks he ran out because he doesn't like that he likes her and he's trying to run from it. And I said, so even fairy genders are different. Like, even they don't understand each other either. And then I said, yes, Cassian, shows your big shirtless male routine.
He was so ready.
I know, I love it so much. So Nesta's trying to distract herself. She asks him why there are no female warriors, and he explains the blood rite, which is basically the final boss, to become an Illyrian soldier. They get on a mountain for a week and have to survive with no magic, no weapons, no anything. And then we learn that it's like the three stars and a mountain, so now we understand Rhysand's tattoo. We also learned the 3 types of warriors named if they survive the week. So you have I don't know why I added this. Neither of us will be able to say these words.
I know.
Arctosian, who survive the week but don't make it to the mountain. Then we have the Orishtian, which make it to the mountain but not the top. And then we have the Corinthian, which is interesting because that reminds me of Corinthos in the Bible. And I wonder if Sarah J. Maas has a connection. Anyway, that's the level of people that have touched the stone atop Ramiel. Our boys did it, obviously, but we also learned that only a handful have made it to the top the last few centuries.
There were like only
6.
12 or 6 who made it to the top.
6 who made it to the top to touch Ramiel, and 2 of them died in Hybern.
Ugh.
I know.
And I thought it was so sweet that our boys all did it together and touched it at the same time. I'm like, true brothers. They are brothers.
Well, they were sent and separated in the beginning because they were like, we
They
can't.
knew. They knew. They were like, we can't have them together. They're going to be too powerful. But I found it really interesting, and I texted this to you because Nesta, you know, was curious, like, why women aren't doing this, you know, why they're not warriors as well. And Cassian's like, well, they would have to partake in the blood rite. And for the women to do that, I mean, that's not that they couldn't, but like, that's really intense and wild, savage stuff going on. But when I first heard the blood rite, I thought it was Calanmai. And so I got all excited as he's explaining this. I'm like, oh, our girls are going to be baddies. They're going to go out there and they're going to go get theirs. And then I go,
They're going to
no.
be baddies, but it's going to be for a different reason. It's not getting fucked in the way that you are hoping. They're getting fucked, but not in that way.
I'm still waiting for like a Calanmai with Tamlin and Elaine or some weird shit.
Nesta then asks Cassian... I know
Go
you're
on.
a baby. You steady the course. Steady the course. Then Nesta does my favorite thing. She asks about the females. She says, can they train? Would you train the women? And maybe it could be the priestesses. She kind of like word vomits it out. Maybe the priestesses come join as we train. If she can convince them, would you be down to train them? And then we learn that most of them can't even stand to be around. And so Cassian's not hopeful. Obviously, he doesn't think that this is gonna. But he puts a hand on his shoulder and he says, I like this idea. I like it a lot. So she goes to Clotho, asks if she can invite the priestesses, and Clotho said, not many are going to come, but gives her blessing, which I just love. Because now she's, like, got a purpose. She's like, let me try and, you know, I'm starting to maybe feel a little bit better. Maybe this could help. I'm looking at all the things. And it was so sad. I just picture this montage of Nesta checking every day right before she goes to put all her books back.
I know. And can I say too, it made my heart so tender when Cassian put his hand on Nesta's back and he's like, I love this idea. And she was like, I don't know why, but it meant so much or something and I was like, did it?
I know. Oh,
Did
I bet
it?
it did. I bet it did for you. But Cassian tells her to keep reaching out her hand.
Amryn told him that, and now he's telling her that. It's like a little triangle.
Like a circle going on here. So then Elaine comes to see her to reach out her hand to her, but Nesta's just too angry, can't control the anger and the darkness and the power and all the things. And probably the fact that Elaine has figured out how to live in this new world and she can't, and she hates that about herself too.
Of course.
Elaine comes out, she's crying, right?
Yes.
And Rhysand mind to minds Cassian, and Cassian says, shut the fuck up. And I loved it. Like, I love Rhysand. He's never annoying to me, but I love that Cassian's, like, gonna back his girl. He's like, this is their daddy, like unclench. Like, they have to figure this out, okay? Yep. Then Cassian goes after her, after Nesta, and they start, you know, there's all this, like, all the things, but she doesn't have a dinner to fight him, and so she starts her descent down the stairs.
Baby, you're not going to make it for your wine.
No, I know, it's not going to happen. Also, just ask that. Just beg the house.
Bring the bargain in, too. Just say, bro.
Go get me a bottle of wine. Absolutely.
Cassian, bring me down. Let's drink together and then take care of me upstairs. That's it. And then...
I know what you're doing. I know what you're doing. You're not wrong. It's not a bad idea. I like where your head's at.
Just, you know.
Alas.
I don't know.
She makes it to step 1,000.
Can I tell you a really weird hypothesis?
Oh my god, always, please.
I feel like the bargain, when she finally turns it in, she's gonna ask him for something. I feel like it's gonna be like sexually, but I think they're gonna be together at that point. Like, I don't know why. Maybe it's just my brain.
Of course. I don't remember. Truly,
Really?
I don't remember. So I'm actually...
Like, I feel like it's going to be more of a playful thing than her really needing something, because everything else in the series is just so intense and you just need that. But I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a crazy romance reading girly. I don't know.
You're just a little silly butt. I love when she gets back up the stairs and Cassian's just waiting for her. And because he knows she's not going to make it very long. And she goes, I don't have the energy to fucking spar with you. But he doesn't leave. And he asks her questions very kindly, judgment-free, decides to tell her about his special story then, that he slaughtered everybody who hurt his mother, that it's taken him 10 years to deal with what he's done and what he's lost, and if it takes her 10 years, that's okay. And he says, whatever you throw at me, I can take it, I won't break.
How about your body, Nesta?
And then I say, read page 215. Why did I say that?
Oh, because this is how we ended it. Like
Yes.
a crazy person. Please
Yes.
read to me.
So, Cassian kept his light grip on her chin. Whatever you need to throw at me, I can take it, I won't break. No challenge laced the words, only a plea. You don't understand, she said, voice rasping. I am not like you and the others. That's never bothered me one bit. He lowered his hands from her chin. She straightened. It should. You say that like you want it to bother me. It bothers everyone, even oh-so-special Rhysand. His teeth flashed, any semblance of softness gone. I told you once, and I'll say it again. Don't take that snide fucking tone when you speak about him. Talk dirty to me, Dad.
Okay, sir.
He's not my high lord. I may speak of him as I wish, she says to step away, but he grips her wrist, holding her in place, and she says, let go. Make me. Use that training and make me. Hot temper poured in. You're an arrogant bastard. And you're a haughty witch. We're evenly matched. It's giving the notebook. It's like, and you're a pain in the ass. And this is gonna stuck. We're gonna have to work at it every day. But I want that with you. R.I.P. Lonnie? Landon?
Lonnie. I think it was Lonnie.
Lonnie, God bless. He's a Tamlin. That poor actor, I'm blanking on his name right now.
James Marston.
James Marsden
He's
is always
funny
playing the
AF
hot
too.
side guy. And he was great in the one that was just on.
Oh, where he
the,
played the
government.
president.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So good in that. And you're a haughty witch. We're evenly matched, she snarled. Let go. Cassian snorted but obeyed, turning his face as he backed a step away. And it was the light of victory in his eyes, the clear sense that he believed he'd somehow unnerved her and won this fight. And that had her grabbing the front of his leather jacket. Nesta told herself it was to knock that smirk off his face, that she curled her fingers in the leather and hauled her mouth to his.
How do we stop at that chapter? I literally, I finished it last night. I'm like, the second we are done filming, I gotta read.
You go
and
to
so,
bed and read, baby girl.
You know what I'm gonna go do now? While I finish my recovery, I'm gonna go read chapters 19 through 29 next week, Bunchies. We have... I feel like there's so much that's going to be happening, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to see what's going to happen with the shield Reese's Pieces has on Feyre, and why. I can't wait to see what the Valkyrie is going to be, if they're going to build this little army, if they're going to be able to get the girlies, the priestesses, to come and train with Cassian. There's just so much going on. And then obviously, some drums with the queens happening, so I want to see what goes on there. A lot going on. A lot going down. But Bunchies, we love you so much. We appreciate you, and we'll see you next week for chapters 19 through 29.